So in today's video, I'll be unboxing, showing you how to use, and quickly reviewing the Ancel AD310 OBD2 reader. Now this is an OBD2 reader, so it can read codes and data from vehicles newer than 1996. Now this is a fairly inexpensive unit, which will save you a trip to AutoZone, Pep Boys, or your local mechanic to read codes. And if you're looking to buy one of these, I'll leave a link right below the video, so feel free to check that out. So let's see what's inside the box. I have the unit itself and some documentation, and this is what the tool looks like. It's a very simple tool. This is a wired version, so it actually plugs into the 16-pin connector on your vehicle. The body itself seems to be really well built. The buttons seem to have a nice feel to them, and the outer plastic casing seems to be pretty ruggedly built, which I really like. It kind of reminds me of the original Actron scanners, just that this one's black and those used to be orange. And the connector and strain reliefs and all the wiring also seems to be pretty rugged, which is fairly surprising for such an inexpensive unit. So let's take it outside, plug it into a vehicle, and see how it works. And before you plug it in, make sure that your power is off. Now if you have a key, obviously make sure it is turned to the off position before plugging it in, just a safety measure. Now most vehicle OBD2 ports are located under the driver's side footwell, typically right under where the dash ends. That's where my vehicle's connector is located, but your vehicle's connector may be in a different place, so you want to figure out where exactly your OBD2 connector is. And mine, as you can see, is located right underneath the driver's side footwell. Now one thing to pay attention to is that the connector is keyed, so it'll only plug in a specific way, so be mindful of that when you plug it into your connector. So I've got my connector, and let's plug it in. So I've plugged the connector into the port. Now as soon as you plug it in, the device will power on, but it isn't ready to go yet. You need to turn the ignition on, and it displays that message on screen. Now when you actually turn your vehicle's ignition on, you're looking to actually hit it twice without your foot on the brake if you have a power button like I do. Now if you have a key, you want to go 2 clicks in and not start the vehicle. So I'm going to do that, press it once and press it again. It's not running, the engine isn't running, but the electronics are all on. And once I do that, I'm going to press any key, and it is now connecting to the vehicle. And once it's done with that, it will bring you to the main menu on the device. And here you have a couple of options. You have diagnostics, DTC lookup, language, contrast, unit of measure, etc. The important ones are diagnostics, which is your main thing. And then you have DTC, or diagnostic trouble code lookup, where you can actually find definitions for what it is that your codes actually mean if your vehicle has any unresolved codes. Now diagnostics is kind of the most important thing that we will use in the scanner. So hit enter to go into diagnostics, and it reads your vehicle. And in this case, there are no codes. That's why it says misfire indicator light off. Then it gives you access to the various control modules in your vehicle. For example, I can see that there are 4 powertrain control modules which seem to be available to read. I'm going to hit enter on one of them, and here I can read codes again and check for stored codes or pending codes. In this case, let's check for stored codes and see what's inside. There are no stored codes here. I'm going to hit exit to get back to that menu, and then you can erase codes. So if you've resolved the issue with your vehicle, you can always come in and erase those codes. You can view live data from the vehicle, but the vehicle has to be running to see that. You can also view freeze frame data from any of the sensors, etc. You've got your IM readiness monitor. You also have your O2 monitor test, which is also super important for emissions purposes. And you also have your evap leak test, which is fairly important again for emissions purposes. Again, none of this is cool or new or unique. Pretty standard fare for a simple OBD2 scanner, which is all you expect at this price point. Now to read live data on the module, you need to power your vehicle on and make sure your engine is running. And then when you're back in that diagnostics menu, go down to where it says live data, hit enter, and then you can hit enter on view all items. And there you go. You can see all your live data, all your live sensor data that is being read from your vehicle. Fairly important diagnostic information, which is really cool to have. Overall, the Ancel AD310 is a pretty inexpensive unit that just works as advertised. It's very ruggedly built, is very simple to use, it's pretty much plug and play, and can read codes from any vehicle newer than 1996. And it'll really save you quite a few trips to your local AutoZone, Pep Boys, or your local mechanic, and it'll really give you a good idea of what's going on under the hood with your vehicle. And this is especially important if you're the kind of person who works on your own cars. So it's a really worthwhile investment to have in your vehicle to scan codes and scan diagnostic data. So I definitely recommend getting one of these. It's definitely worth the investment. And if you're looking to buy one of these, I'll leave a link right below the video, so feel free to check that out.